Carol, I just want to begin by thanking yourself and the Leader for allowing us the opportunity to observe that minute's silence for the people slaughtered in Gaza over the course of the last few days, and second, the proposed amendment to the order of business by Senator Conway Walsh. And as other colleagues have said, I want to just refer to the issue of why the Tánaiste should come in here. Because I've listened to the Tánaiste over the course of a number of statements on this issue, and indeed on Senator Black's bill in relation to settlement goods. And I've heard the Tánaiste and indeed other government colleagues advocate for a diplomatic approach to this issue, as if Israel heeds diplomacy, as if they have observed any kind of diplomatic approach to this issue, as if you're dealing with some kind of conventional, if there is such a thing, war or conflict between two states, when in actual fact what we are seeing evidenced on the streets of Gaza being inflicted on the Palestinian people is genocide. It's slaughter. It's calculated, it's deliberate, and it's policy. So I'm not sure what a diplomatic response to that is, if there is one. I don't believe in this instance there is, because what you do need in the first instance is a willingness, and there appears to be no willingness on the part of Israel, as Senator Lawler has said, to engage in conflict resolution here. There only seems to be one aim from Israel, and that is the ultimate removal of the Palestinian people. I've also listened to the Tánaiste outline that they'll pursue a response through the UN, as if the US won't block, if it hasn't done already, any option to pursue a resolution to this or a reproach to Israel through the UN. So, with the greatest respect, I believe we have now exercised our options. And I appreciate fully the efforts put in by the Tánaiste and its officials in the department. We're a small country. We're a small presence on this issue of such geopolitical magnitude, and I don't doubt for one second we have tried sincerely and valiantly in this regard. But yesterday hasn't happened in isolation. This isn't a one-off. This is a consistent, calculated, deliberate approach by Israel. They do not adhere to international law. They're breaking it. So why should we treat this state like an ordinary other state? This is a state that is practicing apartheid. This is a rogue state. This is a state that is slaughtering people who are peacefully protesting. So I'd finish on this, Caherlack. I think we should follow two, and I have a whole lot more I could say, but I think we should follow two examples in this House. We should follow the example set by ourselves. We should boycott apartheid, like Ireland done with South Africa. And the second example we should follow is to follow the South African government, who have expelled the Israeli ambassador, and we too should take that stand and expel the Israeli ambassador, because there is a time for dialogue and conflict resolution. We know that better than most, but there is also a time for action, and I think the time for action has passed, and we need to send a message to the Palestinian people who know all too well the consequences of conflict and colonialism, that we stand by them, we stand for justice, we stand for rights, and we stand ultimately for peace. Israel does not.